My name is Gina Fitzsimmons, and I'm a wife, a mother, a daughter, a sister, an aunt, a grandmother, and I'm a breast cancer survivor. On February 10th, 2017, I was diagnosed with stage 1 triple-negative breast cancer. When I found the lump, something in me told me, I think I have cancer. I was in my surgeon's office. I had gone in for a mammogram and an ultrasound, and they found the tumor right away. So they sent me to a surgeon. So it was a week from my testing to my appointment with the surgeon that I had to wait before I got the results of the biopsy that they performed that same day. But obviously I wasn't sure, so when they told me in the surgeon's office, and my surgeon told me, well, you have cancer, a part of me was kind of like, okay, I have cancer. When she told me what type of cancer it was, triple-negative breast cancer, fear was my first instinct. Fear because I had already seen this specific cancer. I had just watched a good friend of ours battle for 2 years, from the beginning of her battle to the last days. So I knew what this cancer did. I was about as prepared as you possibly could be. My girlfriend shared her journey and her story, and every office visit, every appointment, she shared all her results, all her treatment, what to look for. So when I got my diagnosis, I knew it was aggressive, I knew it was hard to treat, and I knew I had to be aggressive right back. I was in fear because of the diagnosis, but I knew what I needed to do. But I was heartbroken for my family. I just didn't know how I was going to break it to them. So obviously I told my mom and my siblings first before I shared it. And that's a hard thing to do. And we had just lost my dad the same time that we lost my girlfriend Sarah to esophageal cancer. My family is amazing. My support group's been amazing. My siblings said they wished that it was them instead of me. And of course, I didn't wish that. But it was hard on my nephews and nieces, my mother, to watch me battle. That day in the office, she laid it out for me. She said that I could have chemo and radiation and a lumpectomy, meaning they were just going to remove the lump and leave the breast. Or I could have the full mastectomy and chemo. Being the fact that I had just watched my girlfriend fight, I didn't want to leave the breast. So I opted for the mastectomy and chemo. My family and friends raised $4,000 within 24 hours so that I could have Dr. Nagorny on my cancer fighting team. Even my family doctor, the one I'd been going to for years, Dr. Cox, her mother was a breast cancer survivor. So I just think that was God's way of taking care of me through all of this. Just placing these people in my life at the right time. I had my surgery, had the mastectomy. Mentally wasn't easy. Losing your breast isn't easy. My surgery was supposed to be 2.5 hours, it was 6. And they also removed 4 lymph nodes, which the sentinel lymph nodes are very key because those are the ones to check to make sure if the cancer is spread anywhere else in your body. She had to dig deep. They weren't easy to get. Dr. Kwa had a plastic surgeon that was going to look at my mastectomy before she had come in to check on me to see, how her work was, and everything was healing okay. And I had never met this plastic surgeon. I had removed, had my robe open to the front, and here I am, with my robe, and I couldn't look at her, look at me. I was still, having a lot of issues there, and I had my robe, and she's looking at me, and she goes, "Mrs. Fitzsimmons," she goes, "look at me." And I looked at her in the face, and she says, "Don't worry, I'm going to make you beautiful again." And for me, that was a key and pivotal moment to how I was going to react from then on out about my breast that I no longer had. It was a loss, but it had to be done for me to be alive today. As soon as I healed, I started chemo. The chemo that was required of me was called CT. It was an aggressive chemo. I had 4 rounds. They were every 3 weeks. 3 weeks because the rounds were aggressive, and it would take my body 3 weeks to build up enough strength to endure the next round. I had an allergic reaction to every treatment. My treatments were supposed to be 4 hours long. Mine, because I did both chemos on the same day, mine were about 7 to 8 hours long. The allergic reactions were very scary. I would have a horrible pain in the pit of my stomach, which would move up into my chest. Felt like I was having a heart attack, or I couldn't breathe. So it would move from my chest into the top of my spine, and it would shoot down to my tailbone. By the time I got to the 4th round, I was depleted. I was, the chemo breaks your body down. So, and it takes you pretty much down to basics. I got through it. I kept my faith strong. I had an amazing support system. And that last chemo, by then I barely walked out. And I knew that I needed to let others take care of me, because that was the only way that I was going to get through it, that I couldn't do this on my own. And my family and friends went above and beyond to be there for me, to the point where I was just in awe of the support and love that I got from day 1 of my diagnosis. They were there for me. I have so many groups: my family, my immediate family, my fam band, my forever friends. I have friends from every job I've ever had, everybody, softball sisters, everybody was just amazing. As you need to know your body, you need to know when something doesn't feel right, and you need to act on it. Even if you feel like, oh, it's nothing, you don't know it's nothing. It could be something. But it's better to check and see than to wait. Because if you wait, it might be too late. 1 out of 8 women in our lifetime will get breast cancer. Those statistics are kind of scary, but if you stay on top of your own self-care, your maintenance, everything that's going on with your body, then I feel that your chances of catching cancer or anything else that's going on, catching it early. Don't wait. My name is Gina Fitzsimmons, and I'm a breast cancer survivor.